Ready for the ride of your life? Then climb up on the back of the fire-breathing monsters of the motorsports world. The U.S. Hot Rod Association dares you to take a ride with the Monsters of Rock and Roar! In the land of the monsters of rock and roar, only the strongest survive. The fittest, the fastest, and the most ferocious. What you're about to see is a tribute to the monsters of the U.S. Hot Rod Circuit of Champions. The giants of indoor motorsports. The men and machines who put it all on the line, time after time. Always pushing for new limits. The battlefield may vary. From the crush cars that the monster trucks and tanks eat for lunch, to the deep, gooey pits of mud that a new breed of funny cars will challenge, to the regulation-made pulling track where only the best can survive. But the challenge remains the same. Take it to the limit and beyond. This is the cutting edge of Mega Motor Mania, a raging fire of intensity born out of the spirit of competition. And it never gets hotter than the action of the United States Hot Rod Circuit of Champions.
Now, I'll tell you a story about competition. It all started when a soft-spoken fella by the name of Bob Chandler built the first one of them monster trucks back in '72. Why, he learned in a hurry that folks got downright fired up when they saw that giant beast of a truck acting up. Why, he figured that if folks got happy about what his contraption could do all by itself, well, just imagine what a good time they'd have if he had another to race against. Now, I can honestly tell you, it was an act of friendship when old Bob encouraged this young feller, Freddie Schaefer, to build another similar contraption to up and race with. Only difference was that Fred had a hankering for the Chevy way of doing things, while Bob had a warm spot in his heart for a Ford. Well, wouldn't you know it, the folks who came to see these fandangled spectacles got even more excited. Now, I mean to tell you, they had some fine, good times back then. Barnstorming from town to town and finding out it went that everybody seemed to want to take sides over the whole fuss.
How many of you people want to see Barefoot win it for Chevrolet? Well, if you're not pulling for Freddie Schaefer, then you must be pulling for the original king. Race fans, rock this place! Where are the Bigfoot fans?
Now, as their fans got more fired up, the competition began to get in the way of things. Made them downright ornery at times. And before you knowed it, why, their friendship went to horsebuck.
Bigfoot has been avoiding me for years, and I don't care if I tear up my truck. I'm going to beat him this weekend.
And by golly, nobody can say that Fred didn't sow his best oats. But sometimes the competition can just catch you on a bad day.
The heat of the competition has singed the screens in millions of homes as national television coverage brought the wild action to a multitude of new fans. With many of the shows now being aired worldwide. Another battlefield where the action sometimes gets more than hot is supercross. Professional motorcycle racing at its best. It pits man and machine against the most elaborate, technically sophisticated, and challenging tracks ever conceived. Imagine bringing in over 100 tons of dirt, and with an army of specialists equipped with heavy machinery, sculpting a precision race course designed to challenge even the most skilled riders. Then, sit back and watch the flames of competition ignite. When you're talking about the ultimate in power motorsport competition, the granddaddy of them all is the pull. The giants on this battlefield attempt to conquer a 60,000-pound foe. Watch as these monster muscle machines jerk the giant's chain.
Well, as I've seen it happen all too often, the more fired up these fellas got, the more they started running their mouths off and saying stuff that, well, just kept making matters worse. No doubt about it.
My name is Fred Schaefer, and I own and drive the Chevrolet monster truck Barefoot. And I came here with one thing in mind, and that's to beat Bigfoot.
And they did too, with all their new fandangled ideas and improvements. They came from far and wide, as far as east is from the west, trying to make a name for themselves.
On the green flag, they move up. Kramer, unbelievable landing. Same thing for Jeff Bader. These guys are going for blood with a lot of smoke coming out of Bigfoot. Jim Kramer may have problems as he hits the second set of cars. The truck almost enveloped in a fog bank. Now, Bader in the hot stuff Jeep tries to make it around to the last set of cars before Kramer. Kramer can't steer Bigfoot. And Jeff Bader drops a tire on the ground for a second, but he lands on the cars. We have just seen one of the biggest upsets imaginable as Jim Kramer jumps out of Bigfoot. Listen to the crowd cheering Jeff Bader for the victory.
This is really a Cinderella story because
and trying to make their walk back up the talk.
I try not to waste the truck getting to the line. Let the truck do the talking when we're racing.
Those wild contraptions just kept getting tougher and fancier, always trying to outdo the other guy.
Again, he's got to beat 56, and here's the second run. The crowd standing again. A little more speed this time. He hits it, and he's further. It looks like we may have a new world record. He made 70 feet, a new world record for a monster truck jump. Flying through the air and landing 70 feet past his launch. Incredible.
In the U.S. Hot Rod Association Circuit of Champions, records are made to be broken. And in the high-flying, down-and-dirty world of mud bog drag racing, records can be made by mere hundreds of a second.
And almost out of bounds again, but Melvin had a great one going. It was one of the best launches of the event. Now it hits the rut. He stays in it. Throwing him around the roll cage, and here's the elapsed time. 1.95 seconds. The second quickest run in U.S. Hot Rod Association history, and number one at this event.
With times like that, it doesn't take any time at all to turn you into a mud bog maniac.
Cause it's time to jam with the mudball maniacs. Maniacs. If you're not strong, then you won't belong with the mudball maniacs. Maniacs. It's a suicide run and you better beware. A bug is my soul and it don't care. Baby, you better hope and pray. The bug will take you away. Playing games with the ball. They're just dirty little hogs of the mud ball. little boys playing with their toys at the mud ball maniacs. Maniacs! It's a suicide run and you better beware. The bug is my soul and it don't care. Baby, you better hope and pray the bug will take you away. If the gears are grinding, then you'll be finding the mudball maniacs. Maniacs! You have to know the rap. The bog don't take no crap off the mudball maniacs. Maniacs! It's a suicide run and you better beware. The bug is my soul and it don't care. Baby, you better hope and pray the bug will take you away.
And the machines aren't the only maniacs playing in the mud. At some U.S. Hot Rod Association events, the fans have an opportunity to win cold hard cash and get down and dirty in the bog.
And talk about things getting down and dirty. Why, with all the pressure of the races, the once cozy friendship between Bigfoot and Barefoot fell lower than a snake's belly in a wagon wheel rut. Our pal Fred began running around like a chicken with his head cut off, trying to think of new ways to beat Bigfoot.
You're not just taking on Bob Chandler, you're taking on part of Ford Motor Company at the same time, and it's a pretty big step to take.
This is for all the marbles. The quickest elapsed time in this battle will take the championship. Bouncing around a little bit after nailing the throttle on the green flag, Fred spins it perfectly around, lines it up on the cars. Good solid hit, clearing all 5 cars, and the crowd goes nuts. Tremendously fast first leg, and now taking it as hard as he can into the turns. Again, a little bit wide, back into the throttle. Good leap across the finish line, really very less violently than we saw Barefoot. Oh, looks like Jim Kramer may give the fans an extra treat here since he is the winner. There we go, a big wheel stand for the Bigfoot fans out there. as the machine that started it all and is still continuing the winning tradition takes a ride in victory lane.
Imagine what would happen if you were to hook up two supercharged, fuel-injected 3,000 horsepower funny cars back to back. Connect them together with a solid steel beam and let both drivers put the pedal to the metal. And the first to pull his opponent a full 30 feet scores the win.
There's the green flag. They both nail the throttle. The tires starting to incinerate against this concrete. The Windwalker Vorain stationary. A lot of sparks out of Ermentrout's motor.
The smoke is almost obliterating who the winner was, but it looks like that Toby's pulling ahead, and he looks like he's got a good jump on him. Is that it?
That is it. Toby Ermentrout makes it 30 feet forward to the cones to claim the victory, and Jack Ermentrout is out of it. What a battle.
Here's the superstar Hollywood stuntman Brian Carson, who has thrilled audiences worldwide with his spectacular stunt driving in movies like Batman and James Bond.
Look at that stack tumble over. An amazing amount of force in that impact. And I hope at this point that he survived that without any injury.
I couldn't even see him in all of that jumble.
Well, that wall of fire blinds the driver. You can see the safety crews now trying to go out and get him. The crowd is going nuts. They want to see this guy come out of this car. Brian Carson in another flawless performance. He is still not out of the vehicle, though. Let's take a look at the replay on the hit. Here you see it come up the car, the explosion that blinds the driver from seeing anything that he's going to hit into the stacked up cars at 70 miles per hour. Look at those vans go back on that impact.
He hits right square in the middle, too.
Absolutely perfect hit. Tremendous amount of kinetic energy going into that wall. And there he is out of the car, looking a little bit worse for wear, but walking under his own power. Unbelievable showman.
Here we see it from another angle. You see the flash?
Can't see much else at that point.
And there you see him, right smack in the middle where the maximum damage can be done.
And this is David Lord, a modern-day escape artist who is about to attempt a feat that would cause Houdini himself to turn over in his grave.
The construction is made of half-inch plexiglass. Handcuffs are going on. Chains are going around underneath his arms. They're going to put not one, there goes the second lock underneath his hands. The final of the three locks, the chain is made a double wrap around his leg. The double chain, the double wrap. You can see behind him, putting him in this half-inch plexiglass steel reinforced box. And I can tell you that there's nothing in the box except David Lord. Two locks going on now. They're locked. Remember, he can breathe now because the box not airtight. There is no trick door. The camera will remain up there, and you will see the dirt go on top of this box as he is buried right here before your very eyes. Okay, bring on the front end loader now. Solid plexiglass, which is almost bulletproof. And the 3,000 pounds of dirt bearing down on that would form an effective seal. I will assure you that he is not getting any air down in that box now at all.
Here's a crazy California Hall of Fame stunt rider, Reckless Rex, attempting a backward flip on his motorcycle 3.5 stories in the air.
The bike didn't make it. Rex may have hurt himself. Rex could be in a little bit of problem. Seems to be coming around, but I think he may have hit the edge of that tank from another angle. spectacular we'll see Rex as he approaches the ramp at 45 miles an hour. Goes up 3.5 stories and then lands in this 80,000-gallon tank. He went off to the side. Rex was off to the side and bailed out of it early. Saw he had problems, saw he was overshooting and bailed out early. His right leg caught the edge. You can see on the replay that his right leg caught the edge of the pool when he went in. A real tough break for Rex.
Most of the performers, when they're involved in this stunt, will try to get the air out of their lungs before the blast. Our crowd will be counting down from 10 to 1 to start the actual explosion itself. It's not a small pop. It is a tremendously loud explosion. Allison Bly now in the coffin, as it is called. The Dynamite Lady now getting the countdown from the crowd as we wait to see the results of the Dynamite Lady's explosion. Allison Bly laying in the middle of the ring. You can see that much. It looks like she's breathing. Indeed, it looks like, with the exception of the effects of the concussion, Allison Bly has survived without a scratch. Like I said, it is no small explosion. Tremendous blast. Paramedics with her right now. The camera is moving in. We should have an up-close look at Allison and the effects of the explosion. Looks like she's okay. Here on the slow motion, you'll get a chance to see the tremendous effects of that explosion. She gets thrown around in there, Shelley. No question about it. She gets blown quite a bit clear of her original starting position.
Over at the side, over at your side. Come on, David.
Adjust your viewing screen. Do not be alarmed. I come as a friend. I am Vorain, and I bring you a message from my creators, the Masters of the Galactic Vortex. The Masters know your planet well, for they have studied it for eons. They admire the passion and competitive spirit of your people. I am drawn to the spectacles of power of the USHRA Circuit of Champions. It is here that new boundaries are broken. It was at such an event when I first revealed my secret identity as a 30-foot jet car capable of traveling at speeds up to 300 miles per hour in Earth's gravity. Do not let my earthbound appearance fool you. Though I come in a familiar form, my power is beyond your imagination. You will now hear what I had to say to the race fans in California. Greetings, race fans. I am Vorain, and I have traveled far to bring you a message of encouragement from the Masters of the Galactic Vortex. How many of you have come here today to witness
the power. Though your technology is primitive by our standards, you have no idea how close you are to extraordinary breakthroughs in the propulsion sciences. I have come to this planet disguised as a mere jet car. When I travel the galaxies, I am able to cruise at velocities that approach the speed of light. Take heart. You need only understand that the only barriers which keep you from this attainment are the limitations in your own beliefs. I am drawn to the spectacles of power by the USHRA Association's Circuit of Champions, for it is here that triumph thrives in the heat of competition. It is you who will master the sudden advancement through your desire for greater power. Right here, in this very audience, there are children who possess the gift that will enable mankind to penetrate his present limitations. Young people who will build on the foundations of what you celebrate here today, just as the competitors of the hour have built on the knowledge of those who have gone before them. I have come to kindle the flame of aspiration and warn you to be ready, as the prospects for your future are great indeed. The technical progress you will experience in the next 5 years will exceed that of the previous 10,000 years of Earth history. So prepare for swift change, and don't be caught asleep at the wheel. Let me show you now what could happen if you allow complacency to rule your life. Understand this. The threat of warfare need not be a concern to your planet if you remain focused on advancing your technology. You are only a short step away from tapping new and unlimited sources of energy. I must leave you now and return to my secret identity as a jet car. Remember, this is an arena where human ingenuity moves machinery to new limits. So hang in there and enjoy your monsters of rock and roar.
Now, when these newfangled tank trucks started locking horns, why, a whole new beehive of trouble got stirred up between the Ford and the Chevy fans. And the way these two were carrying on, you'd think it was all a matter of life and death. But there'd be no pleasure at all if it weren't for all the picking and the grinning in between. things got so riled up between the Ford Bigfoot and the Chevy Barefoot that it came right down to the final showdown. Just the two of them for bragging rights.
Standing stop. Here he goes. Jump time.
Whoa!
Beautiful.
Oh, one bounce it off.
Get on the brakes and shut it down. Beautiful job. Outstanding. Now, the tape comes out. .23.6 is the footage that they're giving us.
23.6 is what he's got to beat.
And this is a standing, short run jump, and he's going to the right-hand side of the cars.
I think he's done it.
He has ripped the door off of it. He blew the doors off
Fred
of it.
Schaefer has blown the doors off, but I think he has done it. And just looking from where they're going to measure, he has. Fred Schaefer.
Now, you know what this boils down to? Who won that time competition?
That's right. Fred Schaefer sure put on a show after having a little problem going to the truck for some parts. He comes back and he wins the Battle of the Monster Trucks tonight.
I should say so.
Matter of fact, the man of the hour, the pride of Pontoon Beach, Illinois, is trackside. Congratulations, Fred.
Thank you. Maybe things will start going a little bit more my way with the barefoot racer.
Now, it's a dead-burn shame that an old friendship can crumble up so bad over something that just started for the pure fun of it. But just suppose that if it weren't for the spirit of competition, we never would have had all these knee-slapping good times and this whole breed of new heroes.
Let me remind you that you are the heroes of the future. There are many secrets yet to be revealed, secrets you are not prepared to receive. I have revealed only a small portion of my power. I have traveled far and overcome great obstacles to bring these messages. Do not be deceived. The forces of evil that seek to disrupt the peaceful development of this planet and its solar system have launched a full-scale assault against my mission. Enemy droids have been dispatched with the purpose of destroying my present form. You can expect to witness these attempts at my future appearances at the US Hot Rod shows. The power of Vorain is yours.
Shake you up and ride your soul. The thunder hits you when it won't let go. Scream and roll with all their mind. For the mean machines are here to fight. Shake, ride and roll. Now shake, ride and roll. We'll rock you like never before. The edge of your seat, non-stop, it's something that can be beat. Wild and crazy when they get down, they'll shake, rattle and roll your town. Shake, rattle and roll, come on now. Shake, rattle and roll, we'll rock you like never before. Shake, rattle and roll, shake, rattle and roll. Shake, rattle and roll, shake, rattle and roll, shake, oh, shake, rattle and roll. around the